BBC viewers weren't pleased with Dan Walker's interview with SNP leader Ian Blackford on BBC Breakfast and took to Twitter to accuse the broadcaster of being biased. Nicola Sturgeon will give evidence at the Alex Salmond inquiry as MSPs determine what she knew about the Scottish Government's botched handling of complaints made against her predecessor. SNP leader Ian Blackford joined Dan Walker on BBC Breakfast to discuss potential consequences for the First Minister, but viewers weren't impressed with the broadcaster's coverage of the inquiry. Walker began, "Nicola Sturgeon under a bit of pressure. That inquiry, she will be giving her evidence today from 9 a.m. Do you agree that she's fighting for her political life today?" "No, I don't," Blackford replied. "I think what you're saying is the worst kind of politicking from the Conservatives." This has been a much postponed appearance from the First Minister at the committee. She's been very much looking forward to coming in front of them. She'll of course answer all the questions they put to her. This is a situation that will be drawing to a close on the back of the parliamentary investigation and indeed the investigation of the Standards Commissioner. And I fully expect we will be looking forward to an election campaign in the next few weeks and that discussion about Scotland's future and the opportunity for people to vote for the SNP, to secure an SNP government and to look forward to a referendum. You say, Mr. Blackford, there's some playing politics going on. The Scottish Conservative leader Douglas Ross in calling for that vote of no confidence. Yes, she hasn't given evidence yet, Walker said. But he said, no evidence she could give will counter the claims of numerous witnesses or refute that her government ignored the legal advice for months and lost more than £500,000 of taxpayers' money in the process. Yes, the problem with that is the narrative that the Conservatives are putting around is not true, Blackford argued. The Lord Advocate in Scotland gave advice to the Scottish Government on the 19th of December that the case wasn't statable and they should find a legal route to get a settlement with the former First Minister. That's what happened in the first week of January. The government in Edinburgh gave them a timeless manner on the basis of the legal opinion they were given, and that's exactly the kind of thing that the First Minister will be going through today. It's a bit rich that the Conservatives haven't waited for that scrutiny of the First Minister before they've rushed to judgment. I thought we worked on the premise of justice applying in our politics. I understand where you're coming from, but you seem to be downplaying what will be some serious questions, Walker remarked. She will be asked today about breaking the ministerial code, about whether there was a plot against Alex Salmond, failure of leadership, looking at harassment policies. These are really important questions. Blackford replied, I think at the end of the day what's important is the women that came forward. We mustn't lose sight of that, and it is absolutely crucial that if there are any allegations of harassment or sexual misconduct that they will be treated seriously. BBC Breakfast viewers weren't impressed with the broadcaster's coverage of the inquiry and took to Twitter to comment. One infuriated fan tweeted, the BBC are obsessed with unproven claims about the SNP but totally unperturbed about Tories behaving unlawfully and bunging their mates billions in taxpayer money. One might be forgiven for thinking they're caving into pressure from the cabinet or simply biased. BBC Breakfast. So suddenly when it's a Scottish internal political issue that's nothing to do with the Tories, BBC Breakfast suddenly becomes interested in interrogating politicians. Utterly corrupt by the BBC, another remarked. Someone else wrote, BBC Breakfast, BBC News, can you tell me why you are having so much coverage of the politics of Scotland and nothing about the lies and deceit of the Westminster government? Asking about breaking ministerial codes which Westminster does with amazing regularity. Are you being paid?